Are you looking to build influence? Or maybe to drive more traffic? But bottom line, you want to change the game. You've come to the right place. Welcome to the Business Building Book Club. We're going to give you the tools you need to succeed, both online and in person. Brought to you by Coach Molly and Three Pines Leadership.
What is it that you need to do in order to stand out in your field?
Of any business or background.
If you're looking to start an online business,
you needed one thing.
This is where you start, guys.
.com Secrets.
.com Secrets.
It's .com Secrets.
.com Secrets is the book.
USA Today bestseller.
By Russell Brunson.
Russell Brunson.
By Russell Brunson.
Creator of ClickFunnels.
This guy knows his stuff. This book is flat out amazing.
If you're new to online marketing or you need a refresher,
you're going to want to pick this book up.
It will change the way that you think about your business.
You need to own this book.
It will teach you how to create your offers.
Building your own email list.
I'm interested.
This book literally tells you how to go to a competitor, steal their traffic, and use it for your own.
Wow.
How to put together a funnel.
What your niche?
Now that makes sense to me.
There's just so much information.
It's actually a free book.
This is a really, really powerful book.
This book,
.com Secrets by Russell Brunson.
This is a must-have.
you need to own it.
So you can amplify and transform your life and your business today.
Welcome! I'm Coach Molly from Three Pines Leadership, and this is the Business Building Book Club. Woo! So you can get your very own free copy of the book that we're going through in this season of the Business Building Book Club. You can get your very own copy of .com Secrets from Russell Brunson. It is his underground playbook for growing your company with sales funnels. And believe me, it is a game changer when it comes to playing the game online. We're not talking about websites and blogs. We're not talking about having to pay tons of money for advertising, etc., etc. We're talking about creating the most efficient, proven system to get your customers from cold over there to warm over there, to buying, throwing their money at you, calling you, banging on your door, saying, hey, when are you going to sell me something else? That is what we're talking about. So get your copy today at leadershipmade.com/DCS. All right, before we jump into anything else, I'm going to remind you of all of the different social platforms you can find me on. We stream on Twitch, username 3Pines, THREEPINES. We also stream on YouTube under 3Pines Leadership, and on Facebook with the group name 3 with the number PINES. You can also find us on Instagram at 3Pines Leadership and on Twitter at Coach Molly. Woo! All right, today we are going through the final secret that we're going to cover in this season of the Business Building Book Club. We're going to cover secret number 7, follow-up funnels. And yes, I have been alluding to the fact that there is going to be front-end funnels, unboxing funnels, presentation funnels, and back-end funnels. But with those, they don't make sense for me to put them in a podcast, for me to just read them to you. So what I'm going to be doing is developing live trainings with all of those different types of funnels so I can show you what they look like and I can show you how they work. So keep your eye out for those on the Three Pines Leadership YouTube page. Yeah. So today we're going to be talking about follow-up funnels. So those are the email sequences you send after someone signs up to your list. So let's get into it. Secret number 7, follow-up funnels. This is page 108 in the new book. Make sure you get your copy today. Secret number 7, follow-up funnels. In building a story brand, Donald Miller explains that your brand is not the hero. He says that your customer is the hero, and your brand's role is to successfully guide the hero through the challenges they will face. Therefore, he explains that your brand should be like Yoda to Luke Skywalker. When you look at your business through that lens, you will see that all we are really doing is looking for congregations of people or heroes who have challenges, throwing out hooks to grab their attention, and then you, as the attractive character, become a guide who will lead them through your value ladder, helping them through the challenges so that they achieve the results they desire. As one of my friends, Jenna Kutcher, said, "A brand is the image and personality the business applies to its offers. You are the brand, you are the guide, and now it's time to apply you, the brand and the guide and the attractive character, to the offers in your value ladder." In section 3, I will be giving you the scripts that you will use on each page inside your funnel. These are the sales scripts that your attractive character will be using to guide your customers to the sale. During this chapter, I won't be focusing on how we use the attractive character in the funnel pages, but instead on how we use the communication funnels or follow-up funnels that move people from step to step inside your value ladder. There are 2 types of messages that we send out in our follow-up funnels. The first is what we call the soap opera sequences, and their goal is to quickly build a relationship with your attractive character. Pull your prospect through the initial funnel and ascend them to the next level of your value ladder. The second type of message is what we call a daily Seinfeld email sequence, which you send out to people who are not currently in one of your follow-up funnels, with a goal to re-engage them and get them back into your value ladder. The 3 types of traffic. Before we get into exactly how to structure both of these campaigns, I want to help you understand the power of follow-up funnels and the importance of building your list. Inside the 7 phases of a funnel chapter, we start to qualify our subscribers in phase number 3. At this point, we are able to start communicating with them through our attractive character. So how do we get people into that step where they join our email list, become subscribers, and get added to our follow-up funnels? Inside Traffic Secrets, we will go deep into helping you get traffic into your funnels. And one of the core concepts that you will learn when you read this book is that there are only 3 types of traffic: traffic you control, traffic you earn, and traffic you own. Once you understand how each type of traffic works and how they tie together, you will understand that your one and only goal is to own all the traffic you can. Traffic that you own. I want to begin our discussion with the 3rd type of traffic that's listed because it's the most important. Traffic that you own is the best kind of traffic. It's your email, your messenger, and your customer list. I call this traffic the I own because I can send out an email or send a message to my followers to generate instant traffic. I don't have to buy it from Google or Facebook. I don't have to do any PR or SEO. This is my own distribution channel. I can send out messages anytime I want with no new marketing costs. I can sell things to these people repeatedly, and all that money comes back as pure profit. I was lucky when I first got started online that my very first mentor, Mark Joyner, happened to be someone who had built his company and his wealth by focusing on building a huge list. As I was being distracted by all the shiny objects online, Mark's consistent advice to me was, "Russell, you have to focus on building a list." He ingrained that principle into my mind, and it became my only focus for years. As my list started to grow, so did my income. About this time, another list builder named Mike Filmays told me that I should make, on average, about $1 per name per each name on my email list. I wasn't sure how that was possible at first, but I believed him and I started tracking my results. The first month that I worked on building my list, I was able to get about 200 people to join. That month, I also made a little over $200 in sales from the people who were on that list. When I started to reinvest, a lot of that money came back into list building. Within a few months, I had over 1,000 people on my list, and I was averaging over $1,000 in sales to those subscribers each month. When I hit 5,000 subscribers, I averaged over $5,000. As my list grew, so did the influence and my sales. Within a year, I had over 100,000 people on my list. Within 5 years, that list had grown to over 1 million people. The best way to give yourself a raise every day is to spend time every day focusing on new ways that you can build your list. If you follow the processes in the Secrets trilogy, including becoming better at communicating with your audience, you should be able to average more than $1 per month per name on your list. In fact, in most of the markets we're in, the profit is actually a lot higher than that. But as a rule of thumb, if you build a good relationship with your list, you should expect to see similar results. Once you understand that metric, suddenly list building becomes a much higher priority. That's why it's so important to convert the other two types of traffic, both traffic you control and traffic you earn, into subscribers and buyers, traffic that you own, as quickly as possible. The bigger your list, the more money you make. Traffic that you control. The next type of traffic is traffic that you control. You control traffic when you have the ability to tell it where to go. For example, if I purchase an ad on Google, I don't own that traffic because Google does, but I can control it by buying an ad and sending those who click on that ad anywhere I want. Any kind of paid traffic is traffic you control, including email ads, either solo ads, banners, links, or mentions, pay-per-click ads like Facebook, Google, Yahoo, etc., banner ads, native ads, affiliates, and joint ventures. Now, I personally love traffic that I control, but my big problem is that every time I want more of it, I have to spend more money. So my goal is always to send any traffic that I'm going to purchase over to a type of landing page that is often called a squeeze page, because it will squeeze the email address out of the traffic you send it. The squeeze page is a very simple page with one goal: to convert traffic that you control into traffic that you own. I send all my paid traffic to a squeeze page, and when the visitor gets there, they only have one option: give me an email address or leave. Now, a certain percentage of people will leave, but the cool thing is that some of these people will give you their personal email address. After that, the traffic you control becomes traffic that you own, and you can start sending the new potential buyer through your soap opera sequence inside your follow-up funnels. Traffic that you earn. This type of traffic you don't control, but you earn. For example, if you get interviewed on a podcast, or someone mentions you on their blog or posts about you socially, their followers may search your name in Google, but they may land on some random page on your blog. Although you've earned that traffic, you don't have control over any part of that sequence of events. There are lots of types of traffic that you can earn, including social media stuff like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google, LinkedIn, or Pinterest. Search traffic like SEO or search engine optimization, online PR, or even word of mouth. Just like traffic that I control, my only goal with that traffic I earn is to turn it into traffic that I own. To do this, I try to guide all traffic that I earn back to my funnel hub. A funnel hub is basically a website that has all of my funnels, but it looks more like a traditional website. When people go there, the only thing they can do is go into one of my funnels, where they will have to give me their email address. And after that, they become traffic that I own, and I can put them into my follow-up funnels. Now that someone has come to one of your funnel landing pages, either as traffic that you controlled or traffic that you earned, put in their email address and qualified themselves as a subscriber, your attractive character will have a chance to start communicating with them through your follow-up funnels. The soap opera sequence. When somebody joins your list for the first time, it's essential that you quickly build a bond between them and the attractive character. For years, I tried dozens of ways to build a quick relationship with people after they joined my list, but I always struggled until I learned about the soap opera sequences from one of my friends, Andre Chaperon. The goal is to quickly create an instant bond between you and the person reading the email. If your first email is boring, you're done. They probably won't open the next one. But if you give them something interesting and you hook them with an open storyline in the first email, they will look forward to the next email, and the next, and the next. If you've ever watched a soap opera before, the stories rely on open-ended, high-drama episodes that hook the viewers and keep them coming back every single weekday to find out what happens next. The programs are continuous narratives that never conclude. The characters are always either getting into trouble or getting out of trouble, falling in love or breaking up, heading to jail or escaping, or dying, or miraculously coming back to life. If you relate to the characters, you can't help but get sucked into the drama, wanting to know what's coming next. In the same way that the soap opera's open loop pulls you from episode to episode and season to season, we're going to use the same story structure and elements to get people to keep opening your emails and actually look forward to every message that you send. There are many different story structures that you can use to craft your soap opera sequence, and I typically will use a different structure for each product inside the value ladder. But the key isn't so much which script you use as much as it's telling a compelling story that opens loops in each email that can only be closed by reading the next email. Let me walk you through a very simple 5-email soap opera sequence that readers get when they join one of my lists. It's simple, and it works to build a relationship with the attractive character fast. In this example, someone just joined my list by filling out a form on a squeeze page requesting more information about becoming an expert, and the product that I'm going to be selling them is Expert Secrets. So email number 1 sets the stage. This is the first email I send people as soon as they subscribe to my list. It sets the stage for emails to come. It lets people know what to expect and sets the initial hook that will get them to start reading my emails. Email number 2, open with high drama. If you did a good job opening a loop in email number 1, the reader will be anxiously waiting for your next email to come. For me, this is where the story selling process begins. I learned from my friend Deegan Smith that you always start any good story at the point of high drama. Most people mistakenly start their stories at the beginning, but usually stories don't get good until the middle. But it's better to start at the good part, and then you can go back and fill in the backstory after readers are hooked. So backstory. Once you have their attention with emotional high drama, you're going to go back and tell them the backstory. Tell them all the events that led up to the high drama moment. How in the world did you get yourself into such a predicament? Typically, your backstory is going to take you back to a similar spot the readers may be in now. If you're helping them to lose weight, you take them back to when you were overweight. If you were teaching them to achieve financial freedom, take them back to a time when you were broke. You want to bring them on a personal journey with you. The wall. This backstory will lead up to a spot where you got stuck and hit a wall. Usually this is where the readers are in their lives right now. They're stuck, and that's why they're open to your answers. To explain to them how to hit that, you explain to them how you hit that wall and then found the answer. But don't give them the answer just yet. Just open the loop and promise to close it in email number 3. Email number 3, the epiphany. Today you get to reveal the big epiphany you had that you will tie back to your product. It's the moment that everything turned around for you. But now the reader is hooked into the story, and they want you to know what you discovered. An epiphany might start like, my epiphany was I needed to build a list, and that's when I learned about I had to get support. I had to get a support system to help me grow. I had to get a support system to help me get over my addiction, and that's when I found I had to address the emotional roots of overeating, and that's when I found. The epiphany ties into the solution you're selling, the one thing. If you're selling someone else's product, it's enough to say your epiphany led to the discovery of the product. Email number 4, hidden beliefs. If they haven't purchased your product, then they haven't seen how valuable to them it is. So in this email, I'm going to point out other hidden benefits that they'll receive when they purchase this product from me. Email number 5, urgency and CTA. This is usually the last email in my soap opera sequence. The goal is to give the reader one last push to go take action right now. If you do that by adding urgency into the equation and using a call to action or a CTA, up to this point, you've been casually using CTAs, but in this last email, you want to light a fire under your readers. What legitimate reasons can you come up with that would make them need to take action right away? Your webinar starts tomorrow. You have only 10 seats left to your event. You only ordered 1,000 books and most of them are gone. You're pulling the video offline. Whatever the reason, your urgency needs to be real. Fake urgency will backfire on you and you'll lose all credibility. Just think of a reason why you might run out or whatever you're selling. If it's an evergreen product, then create a special sale that ends soon or gives readers a coupon that expires in 24 hours. Be creative. There's always some way to create real urgency. That's how the soap opera sequence works. Email number 1 pushes the reader to email 2. Email 2 pushes the reader to email 3, and so on. Notice that the emails themselves are easy to read and fast to scan. I never write more than 1 or 2 sentences per line, and I add lots of white space. Do not use long paragraphs because they slow people down and can look very overwhelming when they're trying to decide if they want to read it or not. If this is my only funnel in my value ladder, I will move someone from this soap opera sequence to my daily Seinfeld email list. If I have other funnels in my value ladder, I will move them from this soap opera sequence into the next soap opera sequence in the value ladder. Daily Seinfeld emails. One of my all-time favorite TV shows is Seinfeld, and I especially love the episode when George and Jerry are trying to pitch their idea to NBC about starting a show about nothing. It was so funny because the show Seinfeld was literally a show about nothing. When I first started growing my list, I really struggled to send emails. What did I have to say that was important enough that people would want to open and read them? So I started focusing on writing great content-packed emails that often took days to write. I thought that was the answer. But I later discovered that after someone had gone through my soap opera sequence and bonded with the attractive character, content wasn't what they responded to. What the readers responded to was, well, nothing. My emails switched from 100% content to 90% entertainment and just 10% content, and my readership, opens, clicks, and sales all skyrocketed with the change. You want your attractive character to be fun and entertaining. That's how you're going to write your daily Seinfeld emails. That's right. I recommend sending them daily after your initial soap opera sequence is finished. I know a lot of people get very nervous about how often they email their lists. I used to feel that way too. I used to email once a month and my response rates were horrible. Then I started emailing twice a month, and guess what? They more than doubled my income. Then I decided to email once a week, then twice, and then every other day. And then what I found now is that if I don't email my list every day, I lose money every day. I strongly recommend emailing every day, and if you do it with the Seinfeld style that I'm going to show you, readers won't get annoyed because they will be so entertained. The structure of a Seinfeld email is one that you've already started to master earlier in this book. By sending daily emails, you'll be able to flex that muscle over and over and get really good at it. As people are responding to your emails, you'll also be able to notice which emails are working best. The structure you will be using is hook, story, offer. Your email subject line hooks get them to open the email, and body story has the goal of entertaining them, and the ending body offers ties back to whatever your core offer is. The Seinfeld emails I send usually relate to one of these 3 styles of email. So an episode style. I tell a story about what happened today in my life. Tell a story that ties back to one of my core offers or share a controversial topic in my industry. My goal is to get people to go back into one of my funnels. The epiphany style. I talk about different ideas, such as inspirational or enlightening, thought-provoking ideas, or I challenge existing beliefs. My goal is to help my readers have an epiphany that ties back to my core offers. And the third type is the educational style. These may be checklists, how-tos, Q&As, FAQs that I can answer and use to direct people back into one of my core offers and funnels. Unlike the soap opera sequence, these Seinfeld emails have no sequence. Each day, they give you the ability to throw out a different hook, tell a different story, and get a different segment of the market to respond. The goal is to test a hook, tell a story, and lead people back to whatever you're selling, your core offer, some other product or service, or even someone else's product. Every story needs to relate back to something you're selling. If you just send out entertaining emails and don't tie them to your products or services, you won't make a dime, even if you're the best storyteller in the world. Every email and every story must be tied back into some type of offer for your audience. In the Seinfeld email examples to follow, notice how I tie the story back into the product I'm selling. Both these examples made over $100,000 each when they were sent out to my list, and they're great examples of emails about nothing. Do you see how Seinfeld emails work? And how the story eventually ties into a product or service you sell? That's how your attractive character is going to communicate with your list in every email you send after your soap opera sequences. It's fun, and once you get the hang of it, the writing goes pretty fast. You can even dictate the email, record it on your phone, and have it transcribed online. One thing I should note here, Seinfeld emails are broadcast emails, not follow-up sequences. Soap opera sequence emails are set up to be a follow-up funnel. That means after someone signs up, they get an email on the first day, then an email 2 on the next day, etc. Please review figure 7.15 to see how they work together. Seinfeld emails are different because after someone has completed your soap opera sequence, they should be moved to a broadcast list where they only get the Seinfeld emails that you send out that day. Seinfeld emails are typically not lined up to a sequence that everyone has to go through. That doesn't mean you can't write them ahead of time and schedule the broadcasts in your email provider, but typically they are tied to relevant things that are happening in the life of the attractive character as they are happening in real life. The Seinfeld emails push people into different funnels inside your value ladder, typically based on what is happening with your company. If you're launching a new book or event, you can direct them to that funnel. If you have nothing new happening, then pick your best converting offer and guide people there each day until the next big event comes up. I originally learned this concept from Ben Settle, who only has one core product, a $97 per month print newsletter, and he has emailed about the same product every day for the 10 years that I have known him. Same product, same offer, yet with new hooks and new stories emailed every day. The goal of Section 1 was to teach you the core fundamental information that you need so you can understand how to use funnels, or the vehicle, inside your company. Well, Section 1 is the strategy of funnels. Section 2 is the tactics of funnel building, where you'll learn the 10 main funnels to use in your business. And with that, my friends, I'm closing this chapter on .com secrets. And that is actually the end of this season of the Business Building Book Club. And that concludes what we're going to be doing here on the podcast with .com secrets. But don't fret. I'm going to be going through all the different types of funnels, our unboxing funnels, our lead funnels, our follow-up funnels, our phone funnels, all of that stuff on the 3 Pines Leadership YouTube page over the next couple months, where we'll actually do walkthroughs. So I'll bring it up on my computer, we'll dive into my screen, and I'll actually show you what these different funnels are and what they look like and how you can build them yourself. So definitely check us out for that. Remember, you can find us on all of our different social platforms. So if you're interested in joining us for those funnel hackathons, those funnel build throughs, you can find us on YouTube at 3 Pines Leadership, and you can follow along and join us for those funnel builds. Remember, you can get your free copy of .com secrets, so you can follow along with the rest of this season. And that is available. All you have to do is pay for shipping. The book itself is free, and you can get your copy at leadershipmade.com/DCS. That's leadershipmade.com/DCS. So until next time, my friends, remember, I love you, and be excellent to each other.